Welcome back, Love Stylers. I'm Misty. Today we're going to be talking about a hybrid carnivore diet. And it's perfect for 2023 because we need to have some kind of balance. If we're going to be so strict with ourselves all the time, we need to have something to break the monotony of dieting constantly and being so hard on ourselves in some ways. Just to name a few benefits when you're on a carnivore diet or even a keto diet, low carb lifestyle: greater mental focus, better energy that sustains throughout the day, better sleep. You don't have to exercise as much, especially if you're going carnivore. And people love this part, especially me. If you hate the gym, this is the diet for you. Mostly carnivore. You do not have to be perfect. People are getting off their meds. People are fighting disease, reverse aging, better hair, skin, nails, and teeth, better memory, greater brain power, a more stable mood, higher sex drive. Some have cured rashes of all types. This can help you stay away from sugary foods and not have those cravings as much as you used to. We like to talk a lot on this channel about how I lost 55 pounds and 8 sizes. Going on the carnivore diet 3 years ago from the keto diet over to carnivore was the best decision I think I've ever made in my life. And that's saying something because I thought originally giving up alcohol and not being an alcoholic anymore was my favorite thing. But now I think maybe doing carnivore might be even better. If you guys in 2023, like me, are trying to be your best version, trying to be proud of yourself, you know, the most attractive thing about a person is their confidence. And the way you build confidence is by practicing. And the way you feel good about yourself is when you do a great job by achieving something. We tend to look to other people occasionally to tell us we're great. But inside, when you know you're great because you have achieved the goal you set forth, does something amazing to us. All we want to do is know that we have the confidence to do it. And I know you can do it. So a hybrid carnivore diet is basically eating meat, dairy, and eggs most of the time. So let me give you some examples. I drink coffee every single morning, guys, and I put a little bit of honey in my coffee when I want to. Now, some people might say, well, that's not quite carnivore, Misty. Actually, it's kind of allowed, so that's some good news. Another thing I may do from time to time to keep it more hybridized and more doable is like a sweet potato occasionally. Dark chocolates. I will occasionally make a keto treat, some fruit here and there. If you want some strawberries tonight and you want to put some homemade whipped cream that you made from the heavy whipping cream, you're not a bad person. Throw some honey on top, you have yourself a sweet treat. The best of both worlds. Whatever it takes to keep you from grabbing the junk food is probably going to be a better idea. Guys, yes, I cheat on my diet occasionally. It does happen, but I try to go right back onto it the next meal. You know, they say the best diet for you is the one that you'll do, and that rhymes accidentally. So for me personally, hybridizing this, personalizing a carnivore diet for myself, personalizing it, personalizing it. Why does that sound funny? Making it your own version of the carnivore diet is just smart. I got inspired this morning. I looked out the window and I saw an older lady walking. She was quite old, guys. And she was just trying to get her exercise, and she's walking in real small steps and real slow. And it made me think of something. She could barely walk. Do me a favor right now. Imagine 10 years from now. Imagine 20 years from now. Even 30 years from now. So in 30 years, I'll be 80. You are the youngest you will ever be right this very second. Let that sink in for a minute. That's crazy. You're the youngest you will ever be in your life right now. It makes more sense to me to learn how nutrition works. We, in the recent years, have been misinformed about nutrition, and now it's coming back around, and we're starting to realize we have to eat the way our ancestors did. So trying to go backwards when you're 80 years old and reverse age your already aged body, I don't think works very well. If you start the carnivore diet today and you start to get rid of the crap from your cabinets and your fridge and your surroundings, you can avoid being like that old lady I saw trying to walk today. There's no way she is going to be able to fix herself very much at all if she's 80 years old. So let's take the time now to have some forethought about our life in the possible future when you eat so nutrient dense as you do on a keto diet or a carnivore diet or a low carb lifestyle even. You can start reverse aging today and not worry about trying to do it later. It just doesn't make sense. You know, I think that we eat most of the time for emotional reasons. I really feel like we do. I think possibly we're not even hungry most of the time when we eat. And I'll get into intermittent fasting in a moment if you've never tried it, because it is a secret weapon. But I really feel like we are just eating when we're bored. We are just eating because other people are eating around us. We're just eating because it's that time of the day that we usually eat or we have in the past. It seems so simple, but it could just be literally a habit or because you smell something. And I know for me, like, I have sensory reactions. If I smell food, especially if I'm shopping for some reason, if I smell food, and I see all those fast food places, I'm telling you, something happens to my brain and my stomach, and I have to push through, and you can do it. You can do it. And I do it all the time. I try to come prepared. You can bring some string cheese in the car, make some beef jerky, throw it in the car, bring a hard-boiled egg with you, even though that gets everywhere, but bring it in the car if it's going to help you. And always have your water with you. A lot of people eat when they sit down to watch a show on TV, and I did that for years, and now I'm getting used to just having my water right there with me. I think sparkling water can almost serve as a snack. I used to run to alcohol for emotional reasons. And it could be I was in some sort of pain inside. It could be that I had some physical pain on the outside. It could be that I felt like I wasn't being my best version at all different times of my life. So I would drink and try to forget about it, you know? So I think that we do this with food as well. I am happy to report that this is my 6th year being sober, and I am loving my life. I appreciate every day that I'm on this earth. So let's cover intermittent fasting. If you've never tried it before, it is the secret weapon for all of us who are doing low carb. Most of us low carbers intermittent fast every single day. I personally have intermittent fasted for going on my 6th year. Now, guys, you might look at me and say, well, Misty, you really don't look that much skinnier from when you started your channel 3 years ago. I almost said 5. You're right. My body kind of changed though, and I'm fitting into smaller clothes. And this is not for just weight loss. Like for me, I really don't want to take medication. I have a funny feeling that medication may be harder to get as the country gets crazier. So I would rather not need any medication. So I'm trying to work on my inner organs first, and the fat drops off a little bit slower, but the healing begins right away internally. Intermittent fasting is a very powerful tool. A lot of us in the low carb space use this. Even if you're not even dieting and you want to just try intermittent fasting, I have some videos, check them out. I'll link them at the end. because this is so powerful and it actually works so quickly for healing. So intermittent fasting is going long periods of time without food and eating in a very short window. So it's self-explanatory in some ways, but you will have to get used to building up your fasting muscle. It is insane how much this will help you if you're just starting on your journey. So I've been trying OMADs, which is 1 meal a day. Some people can do long extended fasts, but I would say if you've never fasted before, start off slow. Don't go too hard on yourself. You could have a little bit of electrolyte imbalance at first. Make sure you include pink salt and enough water if you're going to try this. There are also a lot of days, guys, where I do a very strict carnivore diet. So you can, again, make this to fit your needs. You may be traveling, and trying to do a strict carnivore diet while you're traveling is very, very difficult. So there are ways around this. This is one of those days you might want to go keto. And just make sure you don't eat any packaged foods if you can help it, unless they're keto versions. And I've done that too, and that works. It just gets very expensive. So cheese is always a safe bet. Some people can go to nuts to help them through. And these are some of the healthy foods that I'm talking about. Some fruit helps out a lot. If you're traveling, eat an apple. It's not a big deal. This is more of a fundamental idea. When we eat meat, dairy, and eggs as the basis of most of the time that we're eating, remember you can have fish. Bacon can save your butt in so many cases because it has that nice ratio of meat to fat. So it keeps you full for a long time. Butter is very, very useful. It has to be real butter, and it's preferred if you have like Kerrygold grass-fed butter. But meats with a lot of fat is where you want to begin, and you stay full for so much longer. And then intermittent fasting comes very, very natural. Some days you might go keto completely because you're on the road. Some days you might do a strict carnivore diet because you're at home and you feel like really, really kicking it into gear, kicking your healing into gear, getting off medication. These things are helping people so much. Diabetics are reversing their diabetes. People are losing weight like crazy. And some people find a carnivore diet a lot less stressful, a lot less focus on food. Because I think we put food on a pedestal, guys. I know I did. Even when I started on keto, I put food on a pedestal. And food should not be on a pedestal. Food is just food. It is fuel. And I think we concentrate a little bit too much sometimes on food and kind of give it a lot more power than it should have over our health. I also see that a lot of people who go on the weight loss diets, the quick weight loss diets, and I don't mean this one, this is the healthy version, but the fad diets and the weird diets and the new diets where they're trying to sell you products, for example. And I won't name the ones that we all know of, but do you notice that people lose weight very, very quickly? They lose that water weight, but they always gain it back. When you start a carnivore diet and you learn how to eat from the bottom up, the fundamentals here, vitamins for the body from the source, you will not yo-yo anymore. Stick around for my truth bomb in 30 seconds. We want to thank you for listening to Black Eyed Soul. That's our music. Andrew and I, my husband, we record right here in this room. Let us know if you like us. We're available on all streaming platforms. It's a great way to support the channel if you like what I do. Please subscribe if you want to start changing your health today. I will help keep you on track and give you healthy reminders. And my truth bomb today is, I love my life so much now. I liked my life before, but I didn't know what I didn't know about nutrition. The more I do this, the longer I'm on a low-carb lifestyle, the more I understand nutrition as a whole and how easy this can be. And I feel amazing. It feels like magic. And if you don't believe in magic, I will just tell you this. When you're on a carnivore diet, things heal so quickly that it will feel like magic. Start today. Ask me any questions in the comments and I will answer you. Thank you for tuning into Love Style today. We'll see you next time. Peace out.